conversation. Chris Johnson back on the phone right now. You're so fast, I couldn't even get you, Chris.
Yeah, I got disconnected.
All good. So walk me through your 40-yard dash back in the day. Did you think you had a record once you split the tape?
No, I didn't know. I didn't even really know what the record was, but I knew that when I was running my 40s down here in Orlando at Tom Shaw, like he had us running it like with a weight vest on sometimes, and sometimes he'll tell us to run it, go 75%, go 80%, and like when I had the the weight vest on, I was clocking 4.3s in the weight vest. So when I came to the combine, and when we were doing the individual meetings with the team, all the teams was asking me, what do I think I'm gonna run? And I said, I know I'm gonna run a 4.25. And all of them was looking at me crazy. And it was crazy when I ran the 4.24. Deanna told me that I set the record or whatever. They told me I set the record. And it was surprising to me.
What does it mean to you to still have the record, Chris?
Oh, it means a lot. Because, you know, a lot of people like to throw the argument out there, who is the fastest running back, not just running back, who is the fastest player in the league or whatever. And I just can't say nobody else is the fastest player until they beat that record. Like, that's the only way you can really measure it up, is what your 40 was coming out. Like, a lot of people like to try to compare it to Bo Jackson, but you never can really see what that was because Bo Jackson ran it. It was hand time. It wasn't laser time. So,
you know, Deion says the same thing, Chris. I'm sure he's told you that, right?
Yeah, he said the same thing, but everybody knows what's more legit and what's more accurate, and that's the laser time.
There you go. So that's what. Have you told that back to Deion?
Yeah, I told Deion that. Deion knows.
How did he take it?
Oh, you know, he laughed about it. But you know, now we can change now. He don't play anymore, so it ain't like we can race and see what it is. But so at the end of the day, I just take it for what it is, and I got the record, the fastest ever time ran at the combine. So I just take it like that. Chris
Johnson joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. You became a free agent over the weekend, Chris. A lot of people wondering how much you have left in your tank. What do you say to that?
I got a whole lot left in my tank. If you just look at last year, you look at numbers, I didn't get many opportunities. I think I went to a situation where I was told one thing and it was another, and it just didn't gel. It just didn't work out. And that being said, I think it was a good thing that I did my contract how I did it. Basically, I was on a 1-year deal with an optional second year, and it just didn't work out right. And I think I took advantage of my opportunity after I averaged 4.3 yards a carry. And I just know I have a whole lot. I know how my body feels. I know how I feel when I'm working out and all those type of things. So I'm just very excited to see what lies ahead of me.
Has anybody rung your phone up yet, Chris?
You know, it's not that time right now. It's not. I don't think that's legal right now.
Okay.
Because it just happened. You know, I think it'll be a different situation for me this year. Last year when I was with Tennessee, I ended up getting released. After free agency was over, way in April sometime, and this year I'm a free agent early on, and I'd be able to go through the whole process like everyone else. And I think this time I'd be able to put myself in a better situation than what I was able to do last year. I was kind of forced on going somewhere because I didn't have the right opportunity as everybody had when it was time to hit free agency.
Well, you said that you were told one thing and then another thing happened. What were you told as opposed to what happened, Chris?
You know, basically it was a situation where I was going there to be the guy or whatever, and you know, it was still said, yeah, both guys were gonna get playing time, but you know, like after I think it was like after the second game or something like that, it just switched over, and I started getting less and less playing time, and not knowing where it came from. You know, talk to throughout the situation. I never wanted to be cancer of the locker room. I'd be the bad guy. So, you know, all I could really do is just take advantage of my opportunities. You know, talk to Rex, talk to the running back coach, and, you know, throughout the whole thing, I think last year with that organization, I think a lot of the stuff was out of Rex's hands. A lot of the things that we were doing, I think it was out of Rex's hands. And
you talk about the general manager,
nobody
Chris?
know it was a crazy situation. So
you talk about the general manager taking it out of his hands, is what you mean?
Yeah, like a lot of the things, probably, I guess, calling the shots, you know, as far as with the team and things that goes on Sundays and whatever. I think a lot of it was out of Rex's hands, because when I sat down and talked to Rex before I signed with the Jets, my role in my situation was explained to me totally different to what actually happened. So that's just what it was. So it wasn't never a type of thing where I was just being outplayed or anything like that. It was never a situation where I got the opportunity to show my talents and to be used the way that I was supposed to be used.
Two more questions for you, one on the Jets, one on the 40, because I need your advice before I run, Chris. The one on the Jets is, do you think Geno Smith is a viable NFL quarterback now and in the future? Do you think that?
Yeah, Geno is a situation where he's getting better and better. You know, he made a lot of mistakes that I know he wish he could take back, but he's still a young guy. He was a guy who was brought in the league and threw in the fire and forced to be thrown in that fire. And I just think he's the type of guy, if he can continue to learn and continue to get better and better, I think he'll be a good quarterback in this league.
Chris Johnson, last question for you. I'm running my 40, and I'm doing it for charity this year, so there's more than just the needing to break 6 seconds or 5.98, my personal best last year. And again, it's in my suit and tie. Dion keeps telling me if I have a better start, I'm going to smash it. My question for you is, what do I do when I'm right on that line? Give me something to think about. Give me a tip here to get off the blocks, if you will, in a better way. What can you tell me, Chris Johnson?
You just got to burst out and stay low. And imagine a dog got loose and he's trying to come catch you. But just make sure when you come out of your start, don't pop straight up. You got to stay low.
But I sometimes get the feeling that I'm going to fall over my feet if I do that, Chris.
No, you're not going to fall over your feet. If you burst out and just run fast, you can. If you pop up, you're going to mess up the whole thing. You got to stay low, and then eventually you'll rise up. Okay,
like really rise up, like crush it.
Yeah, you'll rise up, and you might want to take the suit off.
No. But I'm running in my work clothes, you know, Chris. That's what I'm doing. All right. Chris, thanks for calling in. I appreciate the advice and for the time. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
You got it. That's Chris Johnson.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.